All right, so today's tool of the day is this Craftsman 8-gallon shop vac. This one caught my eye. I did a little bit of research, and for the size that I needed, this is perfect. 3.5 horsepower. It has 110 CFMs, which is something that you don't see often in some of the specs of these shop vacs. Now, the 110 CFM, it's actually air volume going through the hose, and I wanted to get something that has good suction power. Now, some of the shop vacs, they throw you off with the peak horsepower, and you have to read the fine print on that, which throw me off in the past. So I did a little research, and I think this is going to work just perfect. Now, with 8 gallons is good enough, because sometimes I take it out to the properties. I'll have a small water leak, and I need to do a lot of that suction. So I did want something that's above 5 gallons. I already have a Craftsman that's 5 gallons mounted on the wall with a 50-foot hose that my son uses here at the house for car detailing and stuff like that, which I really like. That little vacuum, which is 5 gallons and 5 horsepower, which is not bad. So I came across this one. We're going to go ahead and go over the specs. It has a 3-year warranty, and you could pick it up at Lowe's or online. I put some of the links below. They help out the channel, so don't forget to like and follow. And if you have any questions, let me know. So let's get right to it. Okay, so let's go ahead and go over the specs real quick. It is 8 gallons, 3.5 peak horsepower. Now it is 11.5 amps. It does have a nice handle, up here. It does have a 1 7/8 hose, which is 7 feet long. It does have a power cord, which is 10 feet long. It does have accessories that come with it, and you could actually store them right on top of the wheels. It has a large drain plug, which if you have water. It is 110 CFMs, like I mentioned, 1 7/8 hose, and it's 15.74 pounds with all the accessories. So. All right, first thing, got the little manual. Always register your product. I always like to register my product, just in case if anything happens, you lose your receipt, you have everything there. So, all right. And, all right, nice little handle right here to take it out. Nothing else in the box. Sure, all the accessories are inside. All right. You have the nice little clips right here, which my old rigid kept on leaking around it. It's always loose, so when you pick it up, all the dust will come out the side. So it's got a nice seal. We're gonna go ahead and double check that. All right, beautiful filter. All right, so it comes with the hose. It's quite flexible, feels good quality. Some of the rigid ones are super stiff. This feels pretty decent. Not that bad. All right. All right, so it comes with all accessories. You have, the wheels, which are easy to install. Comes with the handle with the screws on it, and it comes with another little, filter. I really like the way it feels, when it's locked here, that there's no movement, from the base to the top, so I like that. Very nice. Doesn't seem like it's a difficult task to put on the handle. So it looks like the wheels also have a little screw that you put in it after you put it, because sometimes the wheels do fall off the vacuum, and they're super annoying. Another thing that I did to my rigid, I removed these wheels and I installed the ones that are non-marking, that they're rubber and they're quiet, and they're very nice. They are a little taller, so if we keep this one, we're gonna go ahead and see if we can find replacements for these, even though these don't seem bad, but I like the soft gel ones, at least for me. Very simple, it slide right in. And then push a little hard in there. There we go. And then you put the supplied Phillips All right, so it does come with this large drain plug, so you don't have to tip over your vac. So it does have a nice little rubber seal inside. You could easily mount your accessories. It comes with this one here for the tight places. We use this a lot in the cars. Okay, so this one probably goes on the top. Okay. All right, this one is good for the floors. You know, this one here is, you could use this one for, you know, carpets or just hard floors to pick up dust and debris. And then this one is good for the water. So it's kind of like a squeegee. It's like a soft, you know, very nice to give you a nice dry finish. All right, so in this case, you know, it does have a nice, you know, on and off button. It does have a little slot on the plastic. So if any water gets in this section here, the water will come out, which is kind of clever. I do like these little metal clips that you could remove if you want to. And these will serve as, you know, your holder for your hose, which is a nice option. Handle is nice and sturdy. You do have the option to put your power cord right around this lip right here, which is super sweet. Now, the filter is super tight. It does have a nice seal. There's no movement whatsoever. Easy to remove. It's like half a turn. The whole filter comes right out. It is 2 pieces. This is separate. The filter does come with this lip right here, and this section is different, so both sides are a little bit different. It does have the metal mesh inside, so it helps it from caving in. So when it's really dirty, it does have the option to put your foam filter. So when you're going to do the wet applications, and then once you're going back to you know, your regular shop vac, you go remove it, clean it, and then put your regular filter back on it. Now you do have extra little 2 slots right here for more accessories. The only thing that I didn't see included was the bag, the dust collector bag, and also the little brush that you put at the end of the hose. Those are the 2 things that I kind of like to use. So I am going to do a little bit of research to see if there's a bag that fits this, and I'll list it below. So that was not included in the package. Neither one of those 2 things that I do use. So let's go ahead and put the filter, which is very easy. You could take it out and wash it, and you get a super, super nice tight seal. And to put this on that's it, just as easy as that. I do like the fact that the hose has a little locking setup right here. So it goes in through this little slot, and then you twist it, and it gives you a locking feel. So if you try to pull it out, it won't come out. I do like that option. All right, so let's go ahead and install it. I like the locking tabs, and there's no play whatsoever between the bucket and the top half. My rigid constantly lets out, you know, all the dust to the side. When you pick it up, the dust just goes everywhere. And another great thing that it has is that it spins, so it doesn't become like a lock, you know, like a rigid type hose. So put it in, you lock it, and then see, you could turn it, and it spins. Oh, so it gives you a little bit of play there. Okay, it does come with a little Velcro for your power cord. So let's see how it performs by putting it on the handle. All right, and then it has this little locking section here, so you could put it just like that, and you still have room for your hand. Very nice. Another accessory that didn't come with is this little muffler that I have on my other one that I use sometimes. So any extra dust that's coming out, it has a little foam here, and it keeps it a little bit more quiet. You could still use the one. I'm sure you could buy it and put it on there. It should fit right there. So look at that, you know. Which is good, because if you're pointing the exhaust and you don't want dust all over the room, this accessory works really nice. I know a lot of people have complained sometimes. Some of the vacs, they do have an exhaust that will make the dust go all over the place. So if you have that issue, get yourself one of these guys. So it's kind of like a little diffuser. You know, it doesn't have anything coming out the back. It has it out the sides. So it diffuses, you know, the air so it doesn't blow away the dust that's on the floor before you pick it up with the shop vac. So good little accessory to have. I wish it would come with it. This is under $100. I think it retails for about 79 bucks at Lowe's. So let's go ahead and, you know, give it a whack and see how it feels. I'm gonna check the decibels, see how loud it is too. All right, so this is the tip of the hose. It does not turn, this particular one. I do have one that turns, and it's sometimes a little annoying, but at the same time, it helps when you're trying to like get different angles. But you know, it's not super rigid, so I think it'll work pretty good. So this is the clip here. Okay, so far, so good. All right, guys, so let's go ahead and test the decibel on this unit to see how loud it is. We're gonna try it with the muffler and without the muffler. Right now, remove the muffler on it and see how loud it is. All right, let's try it with the muffler. All right, so as you can see with the muffler, you get an extra 2 decibels lower, so you might want to invest for any of the shop vacs that you have. It doesn't have to be this particular one. A nice little, you know, muffler, and it helps out with the dust around, you know, the picking up area. So with that, let's give that a whack. I left my carpet a little dirty, my little shop carpet here, so we're gonna go ahead and give it a try, you know, with the 2 extensions and the tip in the front to see if it could actually pick up some of the debris. So we're going to be using this one that has like little bristles on it. This is good for floors or, you know, some carpeted areas. So let's give that a whack. All right, so one of the things I wanted to do is I put a little 1/4 inch trim on the floor, the little white one there. I'm gonna go ahead and just pull the hose. The vacuum is empty, and to see what kind of, you know, if it has good center of gravity or not. My old rig used to tip over for any little thing, which is very, very annoying. So just regular, let's see if it'll tip over, you know, or will it, okay, so it looks like it's tipping over. So I gave it a little tug and it worked fine. So let's do it a few times to see. It depends. If the wheels are flat against it, it will tip over. But if you're actually pulling from the other side, you know, a few inches away from either a power cord or a, you know, piece of wood on the floor or a little edge, it'll be fine. But, you know, let's give it a whack. So if you're right here and you're going to go ahead and pull it. All right, so seemed like that worked okay. Let's try it again. All right, so it does want to kind of like tip over depending on the angle of the wheels. All right, and that is a 1/4 inch trim. Whoop. If you're closer to the edge of the hose, you can just give it a little tug up and it'll work just fine. All right, so one of the things that I didn't notice about it is when it's completely clogged, you know, or completely covered, it does make like a little whistling sound, which is it's a little bit annoying. You could tone it down with a little muffler if you put it on it, but without it, since it doesn't come with it, I'm gonna turn it on so you can hear it. It is a little bit annoying, but you know, I could probably deal with it if I put the muffler on it. So let's give it a whack. So far, that's kind of like the only drawback that I found to the vacuum. A lot of them do have, a little bit of noise when you put, restrictions on it. The 5 horsepower that I have, the, small Craftsman, the 5 gallon, it's very quiet. It's a lot quieter than this one. It doesn't have the CFMs that this one has. This one has 3.5 horsepower versus the 5.0. But this one has a more sucking power. So, that's the only annoying thing that I've found so far. Everything else seems to be pretty good. So if you're looking for an ultra quiet, this might not be it. If you're looking for something to have a lot of sucking power, definitely. But all right, guys, we're ready. Remove the filter. We're gonna go ahead and test it out with 5 gallons of water and see how long it's gonna take. So let's get to it. All right, so it took 10 seconds for 5 gallons of water. This thing is a beast. All right, we're gonna go ahead and weigh it with all the accessories on it and see what we're looking at. All right, so that's where we're at right now, about 15 pounds, 15 ounces with all the accessories. All right, we're gonna go ahead and do a kind of like a weight test to see, what products, the vacs can, lift. Now I'm gonna be using my, Craftsman 5 horsepower shop vac versus the one that we're doing, which is the 3.5 horsepower with 110 CFMs to see if there's a difference with the horsepower to see, what kind of weights it could pick up. So here we're going to be trying it out with the 5 horsepower one first, and then we're going to go ahead and jump into the 3.5 horsepower, but has more CFMs. So you can see kind of like the difference, even though one has more horsepower than the other. So let's try that out. Here we go. Good. All right, so you can see that's the 5 horsepower Craftsman that I have. So now we're gonna go ahead and do the other one. So as you can see, the one with the 3.5 horsepower, but more CFMs, actually picks up these things a little bit better. So like I said, there's more airflow. So that means that you could pick up more trash, more sawdust and things of that nature. All right, so we're gonna go ahead and go over some of the pros and the cons with the Craftsman vac. Now, some of the little accessories that I would like it to come with, it will be one of these little brushes, which I use a lot. This one came actually with my older Craftsman, and I use it all the time, so it's all beat up. That'll be a nice accessory that it should come with. Another one of these little mufflers brings it down about 2 decibels, and which it kind of needs it. It's a little bit higher than your normal. It also helps deflect some of the exhaust air coming out of it. So, that way, if you have, a lot of sawdust on the floor, it won't spread it all over your shop. So another accessory that I believe it should come with is dust collection bags. It should come with at least 2 to use it with the vac. Now, as far as the CFMs, fantastic. It has a lot of power. Even though it says 3.5 horsepower, it only draws 11.5 amps, which is very nice. As you can see, you could do 5 gallons of water in under 10 seconds, which is very nice. The rest of the accessories are pretty good. Another great thing that it has is the drain, and it has a nice little handle right here so you could open and close it with a nice rubber seal. Now it is plastic, which is very good. I wanted to get something with the stainless steel, but sometimes the stainless steel already comes dented from factory in the shipping. Sometimes they rust in the welds or where the accessories get mounted. So this you could beat up, out in the field. If you throw it on top of your truck or inside your truck, the plastic is going to hold up a little bit better than the stainless steel. A lot of them are thin, so they dent very easy. The rest of the accessories that it comes with are fine. The hose is not too hard or it's not too soft. Only time will tell. It could last you a week, it could last you years. It does swivel right here at the base, which is a very nice option. As far as the height of the vacuum, it's about 24¼ inches in height. The sides, it's about 16¼ or so, more or less. And the depth is probably about 22 inches if you disconnect the hose, about 26 or 27 inches with the hose connected to it. So I wanted something that I could stick inside my Craftsman, cabinet, which is about 17 and change inches. And this is one of the things that I was looking for. A lot of the, other vacuums out there are very wide, which is good in a way if you're going to move it around. As you can see, if you grab it by the hose and you're moving it inside the shop, it's not that bad. It won't tilt as bad. Now, if you push it from the top, it will, tumble over with no issues because, it's a little bit taller than your standard, wide one. So, with that, I really like the way it's designed. I would like a little bit better quality wheels, and perhaps the wheels, they can move them out a little bit more so that way it's more stable. And what I've done in the past to my vacuums is I replace these wheels with the ones from the office chairs, the ones that don't mark the wood, and they're a little heavier, but they are very, very smooth, and they're a little bit bigger, so they will roll over, power cords and things like that much, much better than these. They seem to get stuck a little bit. They're a little small, I think. They should be just a little bit bigger. That's, my opinion as far as that goes. Now, another thing that I would like to be improved is the power cord. It's not very long. I think you should add like another 5 feet to it. Like I said, everything else is pretty nice. I'm really happy with it. The actual locking mechanism is perfect. I like the fact that you could put the hose on these two little clamps right here, so you have a nice, organized with all your tools on this section, except for this one. This one doesn't seem to lock on this one here. You will probably have to put it maybe on this one, and I think it looks a little awkward up there. But this one, for some reason, it doesn't lock. So if it moving it around or it tilts over, this is gonna fall off. So this is like the only one that kind of that's kind of loose. All right, guys, so thanks for watching. Don't forget to like and follow. We have great videos coming. You don't want to miss them. Some of the links below do help out the channel. We're trying to grow. Can't do it without your support. And like I say, if you have any questions, let me know. I'll try to answer them the best as possible. So I'll see you on the next video.